Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is ManTheMaker. Welcome back to Caveman to Cosmos. The final episode, a retrospective, if you will. 200 episodes. I started this game, actually, probably started it about a year ago because I took a break when the game no longer worked on my old Mac. 200 episodes of this game. That is kind of crazy. I've really played it for such a long time. And I gotta say, I love it. I love it. First of all, Civilization 4, generally, I really, really enjoy. I like the new ones too. There's something about Civ 4. I don't really know. I don't know what, many people have probably summed up why they prefer 4 over 5 or 6. I don't know why. I think, honestly, I think it's the civics. There's something about, like, the combat I much prefer in the new ones, but something about, like, switching into a government and having a civic. I mean, in this game in particular, obviously, this mod is a lot more fleshed out, but even in the base, there's something about, like, switching your civics around and, like, changing and reforming your government rather than just, like, you know, spending points into things to unlock, and then also you're locked into that in the new Civs. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's not the point of this. It's not a criticism or a comparison. But what it is kind of a look at what we've done here. And I mean, I gotta say, I'm very pleased with myself for having tackled this epic mod and done exceedingly well. I mean, I played with a lot of more advanced options off. I played also on a medium difficulty. Normally I play Civ games on either Immortal or Deity, the top two, I think they are. Deity less so because it just requires too much precision, and I don't like to be that uptight about things. But we played this on Prince, and we did incredibly well. I mean, we started out over here. There was one other Civ on our island. Our biggest hurdle in the early game was Neanderthals. They were very, very scary. The guy down here didn't really do much, didn't put up much of a fight. We just kind of farmed him for slaves for a long time and then eventually took over it. And really by the time that we made it and encountered this other continent, the game was already won. I mean, we were just so far ahead in technology that at no point could anyone really stop us. I mean, at this exact moment, we are actually being stopped technically, but it's a matter of focus, right? I mean, I've been mostly building up some troops in one of my cities and using my old army. I'm mostly ignoring it. If I really wanted to just do world domination, we could just switch everyone over to it, to be like building armored cars and tanks and artillery and all that stuff. But I don't have the patience for it. Hence, you know, why I'm kind of ending the series at this point. I mean, and I think 200 episodes is a nice kind of clean break. What are some things that I learned? I mean, a lot of the things that you know from basic Civilization do apply here. Just generally kind of managing your populations. I mean, I could have probably done a lot more min-maxing than I did. Usually, this series was a bit more about exploration. I mean, I do try to make good decisions generally, but I'm not like going into my cities all the time and tinkering with their specialists. That's kind of the main thing. Also, you know, sometimes I'll kind of be a little bit avant-garde with the buildings I'm building, especially in the later game when I had already basically won, and it's kind of like, does it matter so much, the choices that I make? Maybe not. I learned about the importance of crime, disease, and much later on about education. And speaking of, I mean, let's go ahead and take a look. We can take a quick look at our cities here. See how things ended up for us. We can also look at that stuff there. So I want to increase you. I want to increase you. Increase you. I don't really know what the trade shows. Research for sure. It's probably all that I really care about. I think so. And then we will add in, of course, some of my favorite columns here. Crime. I've mostly been ignoring the pollution stuff. It's probably, I mean, we are coming out of the industrial age, so, you know, we probably do have more pollution than we would like. That's probably enough for me. Save that. Exit the mode. So, I mean, we definitely have some cities with some production. I don't know how this compares to the AI, but 2,800 sounds pretty good. I don't know how Alpa Hawaii turned into... Oh, because of the River Rouge. Yeah, this is the military production city. Yeah, that you make a lot of money. Making a lot of production out of there, which is great. Other cities making tons of money. Konya is our main income city. We've got a fair amount of buildings specialized for that. Trade out of Ankara. Why? I don't know. It's a location maybe here, kind of closest to Egypt. So it was trading with Egypt the most. Hard to really parse that. I don't actually know what this is. You have none of it. Kitos has 0 of these things. You'll actually tell me if I go into edit mode. Maintenance. Kitos has 0 maintenance. I must have built something in there to drop it down to 0. All right, cool. Our science, I mean, our old cities are the best ones, basically, right? Nobody on the newer islands really took over. I mean, Diyarbakir is doing quite well for itself. But generally, just the older the cities they are, the better they are. I kind of stopped focusing so much, like, right, building all the science wonders only in certain places. Because, again, it just kind of didn't matter. You guys have got tons of culture. It was great. Lots of great people. Yada, yada. Kitos has an X here for some reason. That's fine. Crime. We have a little bit of crime in Almeric because I'm not paying attention to it, probably. But everywhere else is actually negative. Everywhere else. We are having some issues with that at some point when I kind of discovered the impact thereof. And this is kind of how that always works out, right? Why are my cities so unhappy? Why are my cities so unhealthy? Oh, it's because I've got rampant crime in them. I've got rampant disease. So it's good to know for next time, you know, how important these things are. They are incredibly important. Our disease is also in the same situation. Almeric, again, is the bad one, but that's the guy way up here. We're basically ignoring him. It's just like this old shithole out in the north frozen wastes where we get oil from. It's basically North Dakota, you know? So we don't really have to worry too much about that. But all of our other cities are doing just great. Education. Very, very late in the game did I realize the modifiers that education gave us, right? Painful. Freaking painful. I mean, we can go in and look here. Really, really, really cutting in. Really, really cutting in. Minus 5% hammers, trade, and science. Less specialists, less trade growth, trade route yield. And like, let's just, without even going into the birth rate or the specialists, the trade route, each one of these is 5% hammers, 5%, I can never remember what it is, commerce, and 5% science, effectively 10% science. That means this city with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 right there. That's 70% less science coming out of this place. I wonder if it shows up here somehow. From special? I mean, maybe we still come out in a bonus somewhere. I don't actually see it. It would be 5% less. Well, no matter. We know it's 70% less. I don't know if it's additive or multiplicative or how this actually works. 70% less science. 35% less hammers. I mean, my God, that would be so much more. 100% for Taoist Pagoda with access to copper wares. Did not even know that happened, but I mean, my God. This is just so devastating, and I had no idea about it until so late. When this place in particular, I mean, this city is just so freaking large. It's kind of difficult to keep our people educated. But really, I mean, and for next time, we will know. We will know. Take care of that business, right? It actually makes a huge difference. And if you let it slide, it can take an incredibly long time to recover. I mean, how many turns have we spent on this goddamn city trying to teach these people how to read? Like, I don't even know. Many episodes. Many episodes have been spent on that. Kind of other things that we learned. Using culture to get the heroes and then actually building those heroes, turning them to great specialists. Probably a good idea. Seems like a bit of a luxury. If things are difficult for you, you might not. I want to be on the back foot, and that's kind of what brings me to the next step, right? Like, I freaking love this game. I had so much fun exploring it, and also we have actually. We actually have a. I don't think I can actually see the options here. We actually have a lot of the more advanced options turned off. It doesn't look like I can actually affect that here. I cannot actually see what it is there, what I have. But like things like revolutions, I can't remember. There's quite a bit that when I play this game again on the channel, that we're going to turn on a lot of these stuff, as well as bumping up the difficulty, probably by at least 2 notches. Maybe even 3. We might really try and make it a struggle for us. We'll see. Definitely not going to do deity. Emperor or Immortal is surely in the cards. And that, kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, so when we play again, higher difficulty, a lot more of the options on that are specific to Caveman to Cosmos. And, when will that be? So my thinking, right, and I'm going to take a break from the game for sure, one way or the other. We are going to take a little bit of time off. I mean, I've been playing. I can only afford to have 2 episodes on the channel at a time per day, which is a fair amount considering I'm married. I have a job. I have other hobbies as well. And Caveman to Cosmos has been there for quite a long time, taking up that spot. I mean, 2 years. This channel is only, at the time of recording, I think 16 months old. I want to say 15? 14? 16. 16 months. February 2018 is when I started. That's like... That's quite a bit of time to sink into one game. And I love the game, and I love that you guys have been here watching it. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I do like to explore other games. Not for the channel, but also for me. So we're going to hold off. But it's going to be on my mind, right? And I think when we do it, I mean, I'm not going to go too far into it because nothing is concrete. But I'm tempted to skip ahead in age, right? We can start in the modern era and see what that does for us. I mean, the game will still be fairly slow to start off because we're going to be building buildings that, require lots and lots of things. But I expect the start will be faster. But what do I know? I have no idea how that will actually go. But I'm leaning towards that. When this will be, it's impossible to say. But I can assure you, folks, if you're here just for this game, there's not a lot of other people playing it on YouTube at the moment. And I will again say, stick around, keep that subscription, because we're going to be coming back with Caveman to Cosmos. This playthrough has elevated Civ 4 and Caveman to Cosmos into probably one of my favorite games of all time. And if it's something that I like, I approach the things that I put on this channel, where I spend my time and my energy, in a few ways, with a couple of things that are on the top of the list, right? One is viability. It's a complex issue Think of it as like, I don't want to say economic viability, but you know, like playing Civilization 6, for example, when a new expansion pack comes out. I'm a little guy, right? I'm a little guy on YouTube. There are countless other people playing this game. I'm just a drop in the bucket. You know, no one's really going to find me from that. Now, the people who are already here might appreciate that, and I bear that in mind as well. But it's also, you know, I try and find things that are a little bit niche, hence me playing this game. You know, I had never played it before. I had seen it on YouTube before. If you want to check out Grimmeth, actually forget his full name, but type in Grimmeth Caveman to Cosmos, and you can watch him play. He gave up much earlier than I did. I will say, and it broke my heart. This is part of the reason why I actually picked this game, is because I was so upset that he did not finish, which maybe you will be too, and maybe this will inspire you to go ahead and start your own channel and play Caveman to Cosmos on it. Who knows? Maybe. But so right, this kind of vibe, like I need to find something that like people will actually find. I can't just be buried in the wastes. But the second thing, it's got to be something that I enjoy, something that I love. And, you know, the more I love a game, combined in with its viability, is how I kind of go about picking the games that I play on here. So some mix between the two. Obviously, I have to like the game. This is pretty much number one. And then the viability thing kind of trickles in after that. But my whole point of this rambling tangent here is that I freaking love this game, and let that be a nice gleaming, glistening beacon of hope off in the distance that I will return. There's no way this channel will not have another round of Caveman to Cosmos. And yeah, I mean, I think that about wraps us up. I feel a sense of loss. I honestly do. Again, I've been playing this for so long. I look forward to it. It's also, you know, especially at this point, it's fairly stress-free. Playing this game is kind of stress-free. A lot of the other games I play have a bit more stress to them because I play on a very hard difficulty and I play with permadeath and things like this, where if I make a slip, I pay the consequences. If I make a slip here for the, you know, at least for a long time in this series, I've had very little consequence to pay. I didn't know about something. I could not know about it for 100 episodes, and somebody could tell me, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, that's helpful now, and then just incorporate it without, you know, having ended the game because of it. So, yeah, sense of loss for sure. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you, Caveman to Cosmos. But as I said, we'll be back, and I've probably rambled on long enough, I think. Maybe I'm subconsciously trying to draw it out here, right? I don't want to say goodbye. I want to build a Taoist pagoda. Taoist? Taoism? Is that how you say it? Is that a different thing? Oh boy. Alright, I think we're going to call it here. We'll say one last goodbye to Istanbul. You've been good to us. You've been good to us. You have taught us many, many things. And actually, I feel like kind of a jackass now. Is there a score screen? There's gotta be. Let's go and take one quick look at the info screen, right? Why not? You can see early on, we were actually behind them at some point. Technically, in score, we were actually lower than Egypt. And they even overtook us at some point. But, yeah, I mean, look at this. And we even turned up their difficulty somewhere along here. I mean, we did wage some wars against them. Maybe here? It seems like they went down more than we went up. It's actually interesting. I can't really find any, like, major correlations to spikes for us. And downfalls for them. Maybe here? And maybe kind of here? No, I'm not really sure. Aztecs dead. Yeah, nobody else even stood a chance. Nobody else even stood a chance on the score. The gold is never a great thing to follow. We were way ahead on people. Manufactures goods kind of follows the score thing pretty cleanly. Same thing here. Power, we were not in the lead for a very long time in the beginning, and as well for a while until I think we declared war on them. They also lost a ton of troops. Were they fighting here? Kind of looks like it, but I don't recall them actually engaging very much. Culture, my god. Espionage, they actually were able to hold up with us, and revolt instability, I don't think actually matters. Demographics, take with it what you will. We're number one in everything except life expectancy and exports imports, which is interesting. I don't really know what that means. Our value is at minus 1,000. Okay. Top 5 cities is almost certainly going to be all of us. Indeed. Actually, Edirne is the number one. Look at that. Good for you. Overtaking Istanbul there. You know, whatever. All the wonders. We've got most of them. That's just great. Statistics? I don't even know. I don't think this is really going to be interesting to us. We were Suleiman. That's interesting. We were Suleiman. We played for 86 and a half hours. Not bad, not bad. I don't know if that's 100% accurate because I might have left the game on at some point. But still a fair amount of time. Fair amount of time there. We built 10 cities. We raised 2. I remember this one. Did he have another garbage city over here? I don't. Did we raise that city twice? We did. Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. We lost some units. Military captives primarily, and a whole bunch of obsidian axemen. Definitely lost those against Neanderthals primarily. And one thing, I'm going to save the game here. I'll just overwrite it. And we are going to end the episode here. And I'm going to retire. We have been defeated. And I'm going to see. There it is. I'm going to let this play out for you guys. And we're just going to let this play the episode out. You guys can watch it if you want. This was our history. This was the history of our people. I hope you guys enjoyed the episodes. I hope you enjoyed the series. I had a blast. Hope you enjoyed my rambling for this episode. If you guys made it actually to the end of the episode, God bless you. Bless you for making it to the end of 200 episodes. You guys are goddamn troopers. And I love you and I respect you and I appreciate that from you. So, yeah, I actually have a glass of wine here. I almost never drink when I record, but I'm going to throw this one up to the Ottomans and to you guys. It's been a blast. Until next time, my name is ManTheMaker. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day.